This is kinda weird.
What is weird?
This whole crash landing on a planet in a game with giant mechs bit, I feel like we did this before.
Crash landing? Game? Dude, what are you talking about?
Oh, there they are. You better hold on to something. This is going to be quite a bumpy ride.
Dude, what is going on?
Hello there, Mental Gen. Welcome to Xenoblade Chronicles 24th letter of the alphabet. It's this weird little JRPG on the Wii U that also happens to have the biggest open world of any game on that console. In this game, we, the last survivors of the human race, crash land on an alien planet and try to survive by massacring the wildlife and earning money via Bitcoin mining. By clicking on this video, you have doomed yourself, and it is now your fate to watch it in its entirety. You should have known better. Our story starts with two advanced alien forces duking it out above Earth. Their sheer presence is enough to eventually destroy the planet. We are a crew member of the White Whale, a futuristic Noah's Ark that managed to escape. However, some of the aliens managed to catch up to us and caused us to crash land on this unknown planet. We then get to create our character because this game is an MMO for some reason. After making a decent character, we need to choose a voice. We have a pretty interesting selection, but none of them can even compare to the likes of Funny Pancake Man from Persona 5 or Mr. Backslash himself, also known as the guy who presumably brought an electric chair into his recording booth. We are then woken up by a woman, the sight of which causes us to have amnesia, with the only thing we can remember being our name. Almair then gives us a weapon, we get attacked by some kind of bug, and we murder it in cold blood. Seems like we're already off to a good start. After discovering that the White Whale came from America, because of course it did, we make our way towards the Habitat module, where we are confronted by a pack of Gregs. After putting the Gregs 6 feet under, we enter New Los Angeles and witness a realistic depiction of a politician.
Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members.
This one of the survivors, Colonel? The survivor.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Shosan was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech.
We then meet 13-year-old scientific genius Lynn, who just messed up an experiment, and Doug, who now has to clean up her mess. Where's Lynn? What the fuck? Anyways, after a short tour of the city, we head to the barracks, where we then meet Secretary Nagi, who introduces us to Blade, the organization that runs the city. It is their job to ensure our survival. Their main directive, however, is finding pieces of some big construction called the Lifeboat, which contains the passengers of the White Whale. Nagi wants us to join the organization, but I'm not really sure if I should... Wait a sec. You're telling me that I could be piloting one of these? Give me a pen, where the fuck do I sign? After we join Blade, we are tasked with planting a data probe in an unexplored area. Once we're there, however, we discover dead creatures and a massive monster nearby. This thing is classified as a tyrant, a creature that is far higher on the food chain than other members of its species. Since it poses a threat to NLA, we decide to remove it and have our first boss fight. After we install the probe, we get introduced to Blade divisions, which give us different bonuses. You have to choose one of them to continue, so I decided to join the Pathfinders. After that we get our next story mission, and I could do it, but I decided to do some side quests instead. There's different stuff like gathering missions, odd jobs, and then there are bounties where you have to defeat certain tyrants. What the fuck is that?
One more hit. I don't want to take her.
What is it with Xenoblade games and level 80 monkeys in the fucking starting area? One of the bounty quests also tasks us with defeating a tyrant called Serene the Lost, who... Okay, so enemy size matters in this game. It doesn't matter if you're the same level as a hulking monstrosity, it will still kick your butt. So anyway, we continue with the story and meet these things called Prone. And then they attack us. So we intrude into their base. Alright then. We eventually find some dead Blade members, giving us a good reason for some slaughter. Glory to humanity!
Escape! Yes, escape! Tatsu also want escape! Friends! Friends can't leave Tatsu trapped!
Yeah. Let's leave this stone unturned.
The Tatsu's in! And Tatsu not stone! Kawapano always said Tatsu should help friends in need. This time, Tatsu needs friends' help! Dark! So dark! Tatsu can't breathe.
Oh great, now we're babysitters. Since we're done here, we head over to fight Serene again. So we're back at the barracks and Alma tells us about what being a blade is like while the music goes completely nuts.
In order to contribute to this cause, operatives are asked to form into squads to take on special missions.
So now that we completed chapter 3, we need to do certain things in order to unlock chapter 4. This process took me an eternity, I'm serious about that. I have my footage split into 21 complete sessions and 9 of them are stuff that I did between chapters 3 and 4. First of all, I did some affinity missions. One of these had you gather some items as its last goal, which I decided to postpone. Keep that in mind for later. I also did some other stuff, like fighting Serene again. I then invest some money into better gear, do some odd jobs and grind. So let's talk about the battle system, shall we? As a survivor, you have a multitude of classes to unlock, all of them having their own weapons and movesets. During battles, your characters automatically attack enemies. You can also use arts which range from stronger attacks to buffs and heals, which are dog shit. To balance this out, the devs added the soul voice system which can heal you and even give you some additional buff. But it doesn't stop there. Every class gives you a melee weapon. If you want to hit enemies from a distance, however, you can do that as well, because every class also gives you a gun. And I'm still not done. Another thing the combat system has going for it is the fact that it features life dismemberment. Most enemies have appendages that you can target. If you damage them enough, you can break them, giving enemies some nasty defense debuffs as well as restricting their access to certain attacks. Sometimes, like with Grexis for example, breaking one appendage will reveal a secret weak point that allows you to deal even more damage. Anyways, I'm now at a pretty respectable level for this part of the game, so I decided to fight Serene again. After defeating Serene, I started to make proper use of the Frontier Nav. Every probe location is seen as a mining site. You can switch out your standard probe for one with better mining capabilities or one with higher revenue. You also get storage probes which raise your Bitcoin storage cap. While earning money is important in order to buy better gear, mining Bitcoin is even more essential in order to even unlock better gear. Aside from crypto mining, the mining probes can also unearth valuable items if the site they're placed on has some. This will become important now. Remember that one affinity mission I talked about? This is where I decided to finish it. In order to do so, I need to collect 2 energy tubes, 4 cruise deflector AIRs and 5 white cometites. I already have the tubes, so I set my sights on the other 2. In order to get the AIRs, I need to head into Oblivia, a desert region. After collecting the AIRs, I still need the white cometites. But I had no idea how I should get them, so I headed back to the barracks and accepted the next story mission. Yeah, well, except I didn't. Turns out you can't do story missions while affinity missions are active. Well, shit. So I went on the Xenoblade wiki and looked up how to get white cometites. Turns out there are some mining sites that can unearth them. It's just that gathering them that way can take an eternity. So I hit up 2 of the 3 sites in Primordia that have it and installed mining probes there. But now I had to wait. So I decided to explore a little bit more to kill some time. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to see this yet. So I decided to cross the ocean and I ended up in Silverlum, the game's second desert area where pretty much everything wants to kill you. Is that like a plant or something? What the fuck? So I finally got the cometites, which meant that I was able to continue with the story. We are tasked with heading into the Noctilum region because a piece of the Lifehold is suspected to be there. On our way we meet a member of the Pathfinders called Lao. Remember him, he's going to be really important in the future. Heading into Noctilum, I quickly realized that I am overleveled. I guess that's what doing side tasks with an XP multiplier does to a person. Anyways, while we pave our way through the region, we come across this guy called L. Now, technically his pronouns would be he, him, but if we take into account how he talks, it would be they, them. And I mean that in the most literal sense possible.
We are called El Suru. We have inhabited, not that we're sons of bastards.
So he leads us to the part of the Lifehold we were supposed to find, which is currently under attack by the Prone. Why are we just standing here? I have several questions. So we beat up the Prone and the who are all part of a bigger group called the Ganglion. As it turns out, they were one of the 2 alien forces that destroyed Earth, and now they're here on Mirror to eradicate humanity once and for all. In other news, more side quests. Accepting new affinity missions, we quickly run into this guy called HB who challenges us to complete 3 missions faster than he can. After doing so, we accompany him on another mission where we have to save a scientist. After that, he becomes an available party member and we immediately ditch him to do the next affinity mission. We meet up with Irina in the commercial district only to be confronted by actual sex offenders. But before we can teach Mo, Lester and Predator a lesson, we get a new mission that tasks us with defeating some low-level monsters. We're then informed that a small team of Blade members is being attacked by a stronger monster, and we then arrive to discover that... Oh come on, do we seriously have to save those guys? So one dead bird later, we head into Oblivia in order to investigate something. An unknown alien ship is being attacked by the Ganglion and we're supposed to stop them. We then find...
Impossible! I'm telling you, just us is impossible, okay?
chipmunks? And Elmo starts to question why the humans can understand all of these alien languages.
Say the line!
Something about this planet?
We meet up with the chipmunks who tell us that they had to hide their ship from the Ganglion's anti-air cannons. Since everyone agrees that
That's no good.
we set out to demolish all of the cannons.
Earth aliens?
Saves us the trouble of hunting them down.
So now we have to fight 3 mechs. 3. Yeah, that wasn't too difficult. What the fuck? What the fuck? I was a robot this whole time?
Are you alright?
No, I am most certainly not.
You don't remember anything about your body being a mimeosome, do you?
A mimeo what exactly?
I'm going to have to take you offline for a bit here, okay? We'll resuscitate you back in New LA.
Hey, wait a sec. What are you doing?
Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. I promise, okay?